due to the threat for storms and dangerous heat. I'll walk you through the hour-by-hour forecast coming up.
Surveying damage, Governor Josh Stein is headed to his hometown of Chapel Hill to take a look at Chantal's lasting impact. The state of emergency now in place nearly 2 weeks after that storm.
Plus, let's go shopping. Now's the time to get everything you need for the start of your kids' school year at the Raleigh Kids Exchange Sale, when you can shop for a deal. There are so many deals for parents to check out. We'll tell you all about it coming up. Thanks for joining us here on your Friday morning. I'm Michelle McConaughey.
No, I'm Chris Levitt. 700 tables, more than that, 2 miles of clothing racks. We'll get to that in just a second. But first, we want to talk about the weather maker today. The WRAL weather alert day we have in place. Amy Wilmoth is going to walk you through that.
3 different threats today. We have dangerous heat in the forecast for today. Heat index up to 107, 108, and then localized flooding possible, damaging winds possible with some of these storms that develop today. So let's start with the severe risk today. The area shaded in yellow, the triangle, and points to the north and east under that level 2 out of 5 severe threats. So wind damage will be possible with some of these storms. Hour by hour, the storms are going to start to ramp up this afternoon and continue into the evening hours. Very similar to the timeline that we've had with storms the last several days. And these storms could produce some very heavy rain as well. So localized flooding potential today. We have a heat advisory for almost the entire viewing area. Heat index values above 105. So it is going to be very hot outside today. Just make sure you can take some breaks, stay hydrated through the day today. This is a look at the peak heat index through the day today. 106 is what it could feel like in Raleigh, 107 in Benson, perhaps 110 in Fayetteville, 106 in Rocky Mount. So it is hot everywhere through the day today. And this is going to continue into tomorrow as well. For today, the actual high temperature is going to climb up to about 95. And this big heat stays with us through the weekend. We have another alert day for tomorrow. I'll have those details coming up. Ken?
All right, Amy, at 8:02 happening now in the WRAL traffic center. A couple of instances I want to bring your attention to. First, this crash on Capitol Boulevard near Calvary Drive. We're not seeing any delays in that particular area, but Capitol Boulevard, that tends to be a busy thoroughfare during the morning time. But you just watch for some police activity, if you will. This crash, Raleigh police working at Pool Road near New Hope Road. They've been working it for a while, likely in the clearing phase right now, not seeing any delays in that particular area. Things have definitely cleared up on I-40 westbound coming in from Garner and Johnson County this morning as we take a live look at I-40 and Jones Sausage Road, courtesy of our live cam network. In terms of other routes coming into the capital city, here's what we're looking at. Just a 2-minute delay if you're coming in on US 1, Capitol Boulevard, if you will. Just a 1-minute delay for those of you coming in from Knightdale on I-87. Over in Durham, very little to no delays heading into the Bull City. We do want to isolate I-885 because I'm seeing a little bit of a slowdown there as well. If you're heading into Durham this morning, you're looking at a 5-minute delay. If you're leaving Durham, trying to get to I-40 off I-885, just a 1-minute delay. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio. We've got you covered. 101.5 HD3.
All right, thank you, Ken. In less than 12 hours, Governor Josh Stein will survey the damage left behind in his hometown of Chapel Hill after Chantal. Estimates from this week show the storm caused more than $26 million in damage in the town alone. And WRAL's Laura Levine joins us live from Eastgate Crossing Shopping Center with what we expect from today's visit. Laura, that area was hit hard.
Good morning. It was Michelle. So Governor Josh Stein, he's going to get a first-hand look at some of the damage just like this, the result of all that flooding from Chantal here at Eastgate Crossing in Chapel Hill. We know that the damage estimates from the storm are roughly $30 million, including lots of businesses just like this. The state of emergency that the governor declared means federal small business loans may be on the way to help them clean up and open back up. Today, the governor will tour some of the businesses hardest hit, a neighborhood, and meet with town officials. And while businesses wait for more state support, organizations like Innovate Carolina are helping connect them with more resources and information to help navigate this difficult time.
We felt like we had the resources, we have the space, and we saw the community was in need. And so we felt it was our part to dive in and help out.
And once the governor leaves Eastgate Crossing here, he's then going to tour Camelot Village. That is a condominium complex that we know continues to receive significant flooding during any rain event, but also saw a lot of that during Chantal. That's going to be at 4:30 this afternoon. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Chapel Hill.
And WRAL is joining Governor Stein in Chapel Hill this evening. Tune in to our shows from 4 to 7:30 this evening as we ask more about what the state of emergency declaration means for our area.
President Donald Trump's cuts to public broadcasting and foreign aid funding cleared Congress overnight. The Republican-controlled House voted 216 to 213 to give final passage to that bill. We're talking about a cut of $9 billion in spending that had already been approved. The bill now goes to the president to become law. And the measure cuts more than $1 billion from NPR and PBS, and $8 billion in foreign aid will also be cut. That package was requested by the White House, and it passed both chambers with only Republican votes.
And this morning, we are looking into a new NTSB report about a Lee County plane crash that killed a family of 4. The preliminary report found that the plane flown by 35-year-old Travis Buchanan had electrical problems. It says Buchanan reported problems shortly after taking off on the Florida coast, but continued on to the Raleigh Executive Jetport in Sanford. His wife, Candace Buchanan, later called to report the plane did not have navigation or communication equipment on board. Shortly after, she called again to report engine trouble, saying they needed to make an emergency landing. That plane eventually crashed in a field 5 miles from the jetport. Both Travis and Candace Buchanan, along with their 2 children, Aubrey and Walker, died in that crash. And we are working to learn more about what led to a baby's death. 54-year-old Cornelia Moore. She's charged with intentional child abuse and first-degree murder. Deputies were called to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center in Cumberland County on May 4th after a baby died. An autopsy found the child was murdered. Investigators say the baby was in Moore's care at the time of the injuries.
Parents are expected to spend an average of $570, give or take, per child on back-to-school shopping this year. And back-to-school time doesn't just mean new school supplies, it also means new clothing. And one way to save is at the Kids Exchange consignment sale. That's where we find WRAL's Kelsey Coffee inside the Jim Graham building at the State Fairgrounds in Kelsey. The sale starts today, and it's giving parents a big opportunity to save some cash.
Yes, Chris, it sure is. We were showing everyone the clothes and shoes, backpacks, all throughout the morning show. But now we want to show everyone the book room. So this is a room full of books for students of all ages, perfect for parents to stop by here before the first day of school. And just to give you an idea of the range of books that we have anything from young adult novels like this one that's very popular for a lot of teen girls to easy picture books for the little ones to read and get excited about the start of the new school year. So check out this video that we'll show you from yesterday. Organizers say that there is a record-breaking number of sellers participating this year. Hundreds of them shopped yesterday. They get first dibs on all of the items before today's sale that opens to the public.
Bring a wagon or a stroller or something you can use like a shopping cart. We do have some shopping carts, but they go quickly. We have some people that will bring like a new trash can on wheels that's really great to put things in.
So this here is an example of a wagon that you can bring from home to put all of your items in. If you want information about some do's and don'ts for secondhand shopping, 5 on Your Side has you covered. Just head to WRAL.com, and the sale starts this morning at 9 o'clock. Kelsey Coffee, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
And as Kelsey says, it starts at 9 and will be open through 6 p.m. tonight. The sale will be open from 9 to 4 tomorrow and then 9 to 5 on Sunday. And that day is half price day. Admission each day of the sale is free.
Jeff Hogan in the WRAL Live Center happening right now. Firefighters are battling a wildfire in Spain that has just smothered the capital city of Madrid in smoke right there. I got a couple of pictures I want to show you right here as they battle it from the air and on the ground here. This is in central Spain, and it has consumed about 8,000 acres right now. There have been dozens of evacuations that have happened in that area. Also, about 95 firefighters were sent to try to tackle this thing. People in that area, they're seeing orange skies. The smoke is just burning throughout in that area. You see people being evacuated from homes here as well. Started yesterday. It's about 95% contained right now. They're starting to get some roads back reopened there. It's all happening as large parts of Spain are under fire warnings because of extreme heat in that area.
All right, Jeff, thank you for that update. The RDU Airport Authority is exploring new options for an area of land that used to be part of Lake Crabtree Park. Officials are working with the developer on plans for a potential recreation and wellness destination. These are renderings of what it could look like. The development would be built on 136 acres near Aviation Parkway and I-40. Airport officials say it would serve outdoor enthusiasts and support the growing demand for air travel at RDU.
Called a boardroom brawl. Commissioners in one North Carolina county are apologizing because of a fist fight caught on camera. Hear their explanation in just a bit.
And clear the shelters. The Wake County Animal Center experiencing overcrowding. When you can help clear the shelter with waived adoption fees. That's also next.
And it's a WRAL weather alert day. Severe storms with heavy rain and dangerous heat in the forecast for today. I'll walk you through this hour by hour with Futurecast coming up. Welcome back. Today is a WRAL weather alert day. One of the reasons, a heat advisory in effect. The heat index in some spots could get up to 110. So dangerous heat today. It already feels hot. It feels like 90 degrees right now in and around the triangle, and that will just continue to get worse as we progress through the day today. And we also have the threat for severe storms and heavy rain, a medium risk for flooding across the area, a medium risk for some damaging winds with some of these storms that develop later on this afternoon, and that will continue into this evening as well. We have a weather alert day for today. We have one for tomorrow as well. We have a medium risk for flooding as we head into Saturday. So a couple of rough weather days for us as we approach the weekend here, and storms continue to be in the forecast on Sunday. Coming up in just a little bit, I'll walk you through Futurecast hour by hour that will take you through Saturday. Ken?
All right, Amy, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center, a couple of incidents I want to bring your attention to. First, this crash right now on I-40 westbound near South Saunders. We're seeing a little bit of a delay beginning to build around it. I'll keep an eye on it and let you know how much it's going to continue to affect your morning commute. This is not affecting your morning commute at all. Capitol Boulevard and Calvary Drive, Raleigh police working that crash, probably off to the side of the road right now, not causing any problems for you this morning. As you take a live look at I-40 and Jones Sausage Road, things are really setting up nicely, and cars are flowing nicely in both directions.
All right, thank you, Ken. Local health leaders are weighing in on President Trump's recent vein diagnosis. The president was diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency. People with the condition experience issues with their veins moving blood back to the heart from the legs. Doctors found it during a recent exam after Trump complained of leg swelling. UNC vascular surgeon Dr. Bobby Mendez told WRAL the condition affects roughly 30 million people in the U.S. Most of them are over the age of 65.
When we get older, our tissue starts to get a little bit weaker. Our ability to develop muscle mass is not as strong as it used to be when we were younger. And as we age, a lot of our tissue starts to, as I said, relax. And as it relaxes, those valves can separate.
And Dr. Mendez says most of the time treatment involves wearing compression socks, elevating the legs, and increasing exercise to promote blood flow.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert will broadcast its final show next May. There's been a bit of speculation about his future with the network during changes at the network's parent company, Paramount. Now, we know that Paramount is supposed to be merging with Skydance Media and recently settled a lawsuit with President Donald Trump. Colbert is an outspoken Trump critic, and CBS says that cancellation was a financial decision and not related to the show's performance or content.
A brawl between board members, all caught on camera. You have to see this video here. This story takes us to Caldwell County, that's just south of Boone. This all went down at Monday night's Caldwell County Board of Commissioners meeting. The incident involved Commissioners Jeff Branch and Donnie Potter. The video released by Caldwell County officials, look at this. It shows one of the commissioners shoving the other elected official to the ground. That's when other commissioners and security officers had to intervene to break up that fight. Following the delay, both Branch and Potter did address the situation, apologizing to everyone there.
There's more ways to settle an argument than pulling out a gun or a knife. We settled one, we're good to go, everything's fine.
Amy, and I apologize to the folks in the audience as well, and it's Jeff and I we don't always agree, but we need to learn to settle our agreements in a professional manner.
And both commissioners did remain present for the duration of the meeting following their opening statements. Specific details about the nature of their disagreement have not been disclosed.
And one more day, the Wake County Animal Center's Clear the Shelters campaign kicks off, and it's part of a nationwide effort to reduce overcrowding in shelters. The shelter is currently at critical capacity after receiving 113 new animals in 1 week. Adoption fees will be waived through the end of August, and the shelter is open for adoptions daily from noon to 6.
We're encouraging adopters to come out and be a superhero themselves. We've got some really fantastic or super animals on our adoption floor, and we're just asking people to come out, adopt, save a life, and really help us get out of this critical capacity crisis that we're in right now.
Adoption fees will be waived through the end of August, as I mentioned, and the shelter is open for adoptions daily from noon to 6.
Construction is on schedule for a new bridge in Apex. A town council member posted this new picture of the work on the Apex Peakway Southwest Connector. You can see the loop at the base taking shape there. It's slated to open next year. The bridge itself is set to open in 2027.
New this morning, an area of the Fairview Cemetery in Franklinton, it's closed. And that closure is in place so that teams can remove a downed tree. They're asking visitors not to go beyond any barricades at that cemetery until the tree is fully removed.
Some throwback music, a free outdoor movie night, and a celebration of Beyonce's music.
Oh yes, so much going on in the Triangle this weekend. So let's take a look at your WRAL Out and About Best Bets.
Enjoy a music throwback at Coastal Credit Union Music Park at Walnut Creek tonight. Pop boy band Big Time Rush brings their In Real Life Worldwide tour to Raleigh. The show starts at 7 o'clock with other performances by Caitlin Tarver and Stephen Kramer Glickman. Tickets are still available starting at $40.
The town of Holly Springs is having an outdoor family movie night tomorrow, and they're showing Guardians of the Galaxy at the town's cultural center. That free movie starts at 8:30, and concessions will be available to buy. Just make sure you bring your blanket and chairs.
And hey, Beyonce fans, if you missed out on the Cowboy Carter tour, Motorco Music Hall is bringing Cowboy Carter to you. The Hive Hoedown, the ultimate Beyonce-inspired fan experience, returns to the Bowl City. It starts at 4 o'clock on Sunday. And for more weekend fun, you can visit WRAL.com and search Out and About. And a lot of these activities happen outside. So, of course, a lot of people wondering what the weather is going to be. We know today is a WRAL Weather Alert Day, Amy, because of the wind and the rain and the storms.
Right, we have 3 different threats today, and then we have another weather alert day for tomorrow as well. Have the WRAL weather app, turn your alerts on, go into the settings and do that, and it'll keep you posted on any warnings or storms headed your way through the weekend. Heat advisory today. Some of you could reach 110 with the heat index. Most of the area under a medium risk for flooding, and part of the area under a level 2 severe risk. So it's going to be a busy day here in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. This is a look at the flood risk. Most of us in that medium threat through the day today. And this is a look at the severe risk. The triangle and points to the north and east under a level 2 out of 5 severe risk. Some storms could produce some strong damaging winds. So let's take you through this hour by hour with Futurecast. These storms are going to develop in the afternoon and evening, similar to what we've had the last few days, and any storms that form produce heavy rain, gusty winds, frequent lightning as well. If you hear thunder, you need to get inside. Some of these storms could linger even after sunset tonight, then it settles down overnight. We'll start off with dry conditions Saturday, so outdoor things, you'll probably want to do that the first half of the day. It'll also be cooler the first half of the day. And then we get to the afternoon, and scattered showers and storms return, and these could produce some very heavy rain as well. Many of us under that medium risk for flooding tomorrow. So we do have another alert day tomorrow because we could see some flash flooding across the area. A heat advisory also in effect today. This is until 8 p.m. Again, that heat index could get up to 110. This is the hour-by-hour heat index for the Triangle area. We could get up to about 106 in the Triangle area with the feels-like temperature. Already, it feels like 90 outside in Raleigh. This is a live look at Lewisburg. A beautiful blue sky in place. Certainly no storms right now, but it is warm and muggy. 82 the current temperature in Raleigh, 81 in Rocky Mount. It's 80 degrees right now in Fayetteville. Looking ahead to the weekend, we do have a weather alert day in place for Saturday because we have that chance for storms, and flooding rains will be possible. Sunday storms are possible. It's still very hot. We do have a cool down and smaller rain chances as we head into next week, though, Ken.
All right, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We got a situation on I-40 in the westbound near South Saunders Street causing a little bit of a delay. Let's take you outside and show you what we're talking about, especially if you are navigating that southern loop of the Beltline. You can see that crash causing the closure of that inner lane. So it's causing quite a bit of delay on that southern loop of the Beltline. So if you're getting ready to head out, that's part of your morning commute. Just know it'll take you some time to get out there. This crash just cleared on Capitol Boulevard on South Millbrook Road, so nothing to worry about there. We'll continue to monitor your traffic. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Always take us with you on the go. Thank you, Ken. Water bill troubles. Some people in Raleigh saw their bills double this month, which is why coming up at 8:30 on WRAL News, we'll talk about what is the reason behind this and the city's solution.
Plus, open for the weekend where you can see more than 20 rare agave blossoms in Raleigh.
Stay safe with the latest WRAL Weather Alert Day info. Get up to the minute weather and traffic conditions when you get in your car. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM, in Durham 96.5 FM, and everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Time now is 8:26. I'm Michelle McConaughey. It's a WRAL Weather Alert Day. Meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. There's a lot that goes with this alert day.
That is right. Dangerous heat possible today. It's likely. A heat index up to 110 in some spots. We'll have the potential for some flash flooding, and we have a level 2 severe risk for part of the area. Damaging winds a concern. It's already hot. This is the current heat index. Feels like 90 in Raleigh, 90 in Clayton. Feels like 88 in Holly Springs. So very warm already out there. And then this afternoon, this evening, we'll have to deal with the heat and the storms. Storms start to develop later on this afternoon, and they'll continue through the evening commute. And it stays hot with temperatures in the 90s through 6 o'clock. Ken?
Happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're sitting on top of this southern loop of the Beltline there. This crash around I-40 westbound near South Saunders exit. You can see the inner lane is closed. First responders working that scene as well. It's causing quite a bit of delay, stretching all the way back to Lake Wheeler Road. So keep that in mind. We're also seeing a little bit of delay on that northern loop of the Beltline as well.
All right, thank you, Ken. Today, Governor Josh Stein will be in Chapel Hill to tour flood damage caused by Chantal. This comes a day after Stein declared a state of emergency for 13 counties after the storm. That includes Wake, Durham, and Orange counties. And a new report from the NTSB shows there were electrical problems in the plane crash in Lee County last week, killing a Sanford family. It says Travis Buchanan reported the problem shortly after taking off from Florida. Navigation and communication equipment were affected. Next on Fox 50, the big savings on back-to-school shopping at the State Fairgrounds today. And coming up on today, the end of the Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
It's a WRAL Weather Alert Day. Dangerous storms and heat in the forecast. I'll show you how hot it gets and when the storms fire up coming up.
Chantal's impact. Today, Governor Josh Stein will get a first-hand look at the flooding damage in Chapel Hill. We'll talk about why this could mean more relief on the way.
And smart savings. A big consignment sale kicks off today at the State Fairgrounds. How it's helping families as back-to-school prices climb. Everybody's going to try to beat the rain and do some shopping today at the State Fairgrounds. We'll talk about that coming up. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Michelle McConaughey.
I'm Chris Levingood. I don't think they can beat the heat, though, for the
No,
most part, if you have to go out.
That.
Unless you, I guess, I don't know, turn your AC on there, Amy. I think it's one thing people need to keep in mind. That's one of the reasons it's a WRAL Weather Alert Day.
That's right. Dangerous heat today already feels like 90 in the Triangle, and then severe storms later this afternoon, and they could produce some heavy rain and flash flooding potential as well. So it's a bit of a rough start to the weekend. This is a look at the severe risk today. It's a level 2 out of 5 from the Triangle and points to the northeast. Everyone in green and a level 1 severe threat. The biggest threat with the severe part of this would be strong damaging wind gusts within some of these storms. We've seen that the last couple of days. A look at when the storms arrive. This afternoon around 1 o'clock, about a 30% chance for storms. It's a 50% chance for scattered showers and storms through the evening commute and even a little bit after sunset as well. So again, a bit of a rough start to the day, to the weekend. weekend, and we'll have another alert day for tomorrow as well. Those details are coming up. A heat advisory in effect for almost everyone today. The heat index above 105, so it is going to be very hot. This is how hot it could feel in Durham and Raleigh. 106 could feel as hot as 110 in Fayetteville today. So dangerous heat and storms. A few threats that we have today. Our high temperature climbs up to 95. I'll have more on the alert day for tomorrow coming up. Ken?
All right, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. That southern loop of the Belt Line continues to be an issue this morning because of the crash on I-40 westbound right near South Saunders Street. It's a situation that's causing quite a bit of delays in that area. You can see it stretching all the way back to Hammond Road. Here's what it looks like, courtesy of a live cam network this morning. The first responders shutting that inner lane as they work this crash scene. We're working to figure out exactly what's going on, and we'll continue to monitor it to let you know how much it's going to affect your morning commute this morning, because it's stretching all the way back to Hammond Road and probably will continue to cause some delays as well. As far as other routes coming into the capital city, very little to no delays. Our friends in Wake Forest coming on US 1 Capitol Boulevard, you're just looking at a 3-minute delay. Over in the Bull City, very little to no delays whatsoever, so that's excellent. And of course, 885, that tends to jam up a little bit, but we're not seeing any delays whatsoever in that point. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Today, Governor Josh Stein will visit Chapel Hill to get a look at some of the worst damage from Chantal. As WRAL's Laura Levine explains, this visit is happening after the governor issued a state of emergency for 13 counties that were hit hard by flooding.
Governor Josh Stein will get a first-hand look surveying some of the damage here in Chapel Hill, including at Eastgate Crossing, where we're seeing still some significant damage from that flooding, boarded up doors and windows, and even still a little bit of debris in the parking lots here. But the damage estimates from the storm are roughly $30 million, including lots of businesses here. The state of emergency means federal small business loans may be on the way to help them clean up and open back up. Today, the governor will tour some of the businesses hardest hit, as well as neighborhoods, and meet with town officials. We spoke with business owners before the state of emergency was declared, who tell us that they've been stuck in limbo for days.
Honestly, the thought of taking out more loans is not something I really can stomach at the moment. But, just gathering the information and making sure that I know all the options that are available to me as we decide next steps for my business has been helpful.
The governor will also survey damage at Camelot Village. That is a complex known for receiving consistent flooding during rain events. WRAL will be following the governor as he makes his way around town here in Chapel Hill. As far as that state of emergency declaration, that remains in effect for 30 days. Laura Levine, WRAL News in Chapel Hill.
And WRAL will be covering the governor's visit to Chapel Hill tonight. So tune into our shows from 4 to 7:30 this evening as we ask more about what the state of emergency declaration means for our area.
The U.S. House sent a bill cutting funding from foreign aid and public broadcasting to President Trump's desk. This is a live look at the White House this morning, where Trump is expected to sign that bill into law. The House gave the bill final congressional approval earlier this morning. Foreign aid programs will lose $8 billion. Public broadcasting, which helps fund NPR and PBS, they'll lose $1.1 billion.
Next week, state leaders in Texas will meet to address that deadly flooding that happened on the 4th of July. And they're expected to discuss the state's flooding, warning, and the mitigation systems. According to Texas Governor Greg Abbott, at least 116 people were killed in Kerr County from that flooding, which brings the total number of deaths across central Texas to 135. Dozens of people are missing.
Religious leaders in Wake County held a vigil for the victims of the deadly floods in Texas. It was held last night at the Islamic Center of Cary. Around 10 local clergies led the group in prayer and talked about the families impacted by the flooding. Reverend Nancy Petty says last night's gathering was a sign of hope.
In a time, at least in our nation, where there's so much division and upheaval, to be able to come together as people of all faiths and share in this moment is a sign of great hope for me.
And religious leaders say the next step is to raise money for those impacted by the flooding in Texas.
State Highway Patrol is investigating a deadly crash in Sampson County, and that happened yesterday afternoon on Pumpkin Town Road. Troopers say the driver ran off the road, hit a ditch, and then the car flipped over. The driver was later identified as 47-year-old John Croyle, and troopers believe that speed was a factor in this, but they didn't say if they believe Croyle was impaired. Today, Attorney General Pam Bondi says that she will release grand jury transcripts in the Jeffrey Epstein case. And this is happening as President Donald Trump is threatening to sue the Wall Street Journal. Now, that legal threat is over an article about a letter to the newspaper, or I should say a letter the newspaper says that Trump wrote to Epstein. Now, the story claims the letter included a sketch of a naked woman and Trump's signature. And the president says the letter is fake. Those are not his words, and the White House notified the newspaper the letter was fake.
Back to school shopping is expected to hit parents' wallets even harder this year. According to a CNBC report, parents will spend an average of $570 per child on back to school shopping. However, there are ways to save, especially if you're shopping for your kids' clothes and shoes. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live on the State Fairgrounds in Raleigh this morning, where the Kids Exchange consignment sale will soon open to families. Kelsey, this is exciting.
Yes, Michelle, it is, and we're about 30 minutes away from the doors opening here at the Kids Exchange, and you can see there's already a really long line of parents here trying to get all of their back-to-school shopping done. But we'll show you some video now from yesterday. Organizers say a record-breaking number of sellers are participating this year. Hundreds of them showed up yesterday, and they get first dibs on all the items before today's sale that opens to the public. As prices keep going up, big bargains like the Kids Exchange can help families save.
We're anticipating a lot of people needing to be really, really smart with their money and, spending every penny wisely. And so this is a great way to come out and get just items that look new and just spend 25% of what you would otherwise.
So doors will open this morning at 9 o'clock. And just a little word of advice for anyone who's coming today. It's really best to bring a wagon, something like this that we see some families carrying, because they do have shopping carts, but it's a very limited supply, and they're expecting to see hundreds of people today. So if you want more information about do's and don'ts for secondhand shopping, 5 on Your Side has you covered. Just go to WRAL.com. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
And as Kelsey just mentioned, doors will open at 9. It'll be open through 6 p.m. tonight, and then it'll be back open from 9 to 4 tomorrow and 9 to 5 on Sunday, which is half price day. Admission each day is free.
Time is 8:39. Call it a billing blow.
I noticed that my bill more than doubled.
What caused some people's Raleigh water bills to double, and how the utility company is making it right?
Plus, Hurricane Ready, North Carolina helping homeowners pay for stronger roofs. The program reducing storm loss on the coast.
You know what? Let's take you live outside to Fenton and Cary there. It is a WRAL Weather Alert Day. Looks like we're giving you a look at the weather center there. Our meteorologists are behind that wall there, and they're in the process of looking into what is going to happen in terms of possible storms we're experiencing this weekend, expecting anyway. And just a reminder, if you see any breaking news stories, have a story tip, or of course videos or pictures of where the weather is happening near you, you can go to Report It, WRAL.com/report it, that is.
Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth. Weather alert day today. One of the reasons, a heat advisory. The heat index 105 to maybe even 110 this afternoon. Already it feels hot outside. Feels like 90 degrees in Raleigh. Feels like 88 in Goldsboro, 88 in Southern Pines. And these numbers will just continue to climb. We'll have a high temperature in the upper 90s this afternoon. Storms also possible. And some of these storms could produce some flooding rains and also the potential for some strong gusty winds. And these will start to develop around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Many of us under a level 2 severe threat today, and many of us under that medium risk for flooding. So plan for some storms this afternoon and into the evening. And while our high is 97 this afternoon, we'll likely have a heat index again, 105 to 110. We have a weather alert day today. We have a weather alert day tomorrow as well due to the threat for flooding rains. I'll walk you through that with Futurecast in just a bit, Ken.
All right, Amy, happening now in the WRAL traffic center. Just in the last 30 seconds, this crash on I-40 westbound near South Saunders clear cleared. First responders were able to pull away that vehicle and open the inner lane that had been closed. But we're still seeing a little bit of lingering delays as a result of the crash going all the way back past Hammond Road. But since that crash is cleared, it'll be clear sailing. You wouldn't have anything to worry about on the southern loop of the Beltline. Things are also clearing up on that northern loop of the Beltline as well. So if you're getting ready to head out this morning, your delays are free and clear.
All right, thank you, Ken. Raleigh's water call center is overflowing with questions about higher bills. Dozens of customers saw their bills double this month, and that's because paper bills never went out. According to the city, its billing mailer, Professional Mail Services Incorporated, unexpectedly shut down in May, so the bills actually cover 2 months of water use. Kathy Caldwell says her $90 bill was $204.
People need to budget, especially in times like now when everything costs so much more, and apparently that includes water.
And the city is suspending disconnection for non-payment and late fees for the next several weeks. It's also offering payment plans. We've reached out to the billing mailer to ask about the abrupt closure. We have not heard back.
The Department of Insurance is expanding a program to protect homes all along the coast against storms. People in southeastern North Carolina can now apply for fortified roofs. The insurance department says these rooftops stand up better against wind and water than other roofs. An NC State study found homeowners who installed them filed fewer claims during recent storms. And the program already exists in the Outer Banks.
What we need, in my opinion, is to build resiliency along our coastal counties, and that means fortified roofs on every new building, strengthen our building codes. We need to be strengthening building codes, not weakening building codes.
The insurance commissioner says installing the rooftops, it helps drop premiums by reducing the risk to the home.
The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office is hosting a job fair today. It starts at 10 a.m. and ends at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Recruiters will be on hand to answer questions and take applications for a variety of positions. It'll be at the Crown Expo Center on Coliseum Drive in Fayetteville.
Today, you can visit Juniper Level Botanic Gardens for its 3rd annual Agave Festival. And the garden is home to more than 20 rare agave blossoms. It has 27,000 types of plants on its grounds. The festival is happening at the garden on Sauls Road in Raleigh today through Sunday. And just so you know, admission is free.
And Cape Lookout National Seashore has its first turtle nest hatching. This is video of the little turtle posted on social media. Look how sweet. Loggerhead, green, leatherback, and Kemp's Ridley sea turtles' nests, they've been found along the seashore in the past. And to help the turtles survive, biologists close parts of the beach.
Manatees from Florida have been spotted on the Outer Banks, and this is part of the creature's annual migration. Experts say that if you come across these animals, keep your distance. They also recommend slowing down while boating in the area and wear sunglasses to see them better in the water. And just so you know, it is illegal to feed or harass manatees.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham are stirring up talks about a possible reunion.
Yes, and a new game for those with Apple News Plus. Time for a look at what's trending. All right, Chris, social media posts from former members of the band Fleetwood Mac prompt a landslide of rumors. Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham posted matching lyrics from their 1973 song Frozen Love. Nicks shared an image that says, "And if you go forward." And an hour later, Buckingham posted the lyrics second half, "I'll meet you there." What's going on?
Well, and then just the other day, their former bandmate, Mick Fleetwood, he shared a video of himself listening to Frozen Love on Instagram. I think the thing that'll probably seal the deal for a lot of people is if they drop an album like Spotify at like midnight, as we've been seeing a lot of artists do.
Yeah, sometimes artists do that. Yeah.
So if you're a fan of Wordle, you might enjoy this new game, Michelle. Apple launched an emoji game for subscribers of Apple News Plus. It essentially features original daily puzzles that challenge subscribers to use emojis to decode short phrases. To get in on that game, you can, of course, subscribe to Apple News Plus, which costs $12.99 a month. But I think it's worth noting that people have been doing that on Facebook for free for like a super long time.
Oh boy, call them out.
Just saying.
All right, thank you, Chris. And an iconic video game character is coming to the big screen, and Lilo and Stitch hits a major milestone at the box office. David Daniel has today's Hollywood Minute.
Where the hell am I?
It's called
called Mortal Kombat. It's a fighting tournament. To the death.
Carl Urban is action star Johnny Cage in the first trailer for Mortal Kombat 2, the latest film in the media franchise that began with fight-based video games more than 30 years ago, hits IMAX and other theaters October 24th.
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment.
Lilo and Stitch hits a milestone. Disney's live-action remake of its 2002 animated film is the first Hollywood movie of 2025 to top $1 billion at the worldwide box office.
I've always worked very hard on my physical fitness, but I'm realizing that I need to put as much work in for my brain as I do for my body.
Chris Hemsworth takes on a trio of challenges in the new season of Limitless. He learns to rewire his brain and play the drums at a massive concert, embraces the pain of special forces training, and leaves his comfort zone by climbing a frozen 600-foot wall, all in the name of using science to improve our health. Limitless, Live Better Now streams August 15th on Disney Plus and Hulu and August 25th on National Geographic. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Happening now in the WRAL Live Center, police in Brazil swooped into former President Jair Bolsonaro's home and his political office and raided the place, basically, and also ordered him to wear an ankle monitor right now. They went to his headquarters, adding to legal pressures that President Donald Trump has tried to end by threatening steep tariffs on Brazilian goods. Local media there is saying that he's been ordered to wear an ankle bracelet, to stop using social media and stop communicating with his son, who is a Brazilian lawmaker who's been in Washington trying to lobby for his father. President Trump last week said he would impose a 50% tariff on Brazilian goods if the opposition there in Brazil, opponents to Bolsonaro, did not stop what he is calling a witch hunt against the former president.
All right, thank you, Jeff. It feels like we've been seeing so many different storms so far this year in the Triangle.
Yeah, we really have. And meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the WRAL Severe Weather Center saying that we actually have surpassed last year's.
That's right. And we still have several months to go this year. We had 3 damage reports yesterday, wind damage reports. So that puts us at a total of 577 so far this year. And last year in total, we had 568. So it's definitely been a stormy year, especially these last couple of months. And we'll have more of that today. It's another weather alert day today. Heavy rain could lead to flooding. We have a medium risk for that. And we also have a level 2 out of 5 severe risk. So some wind damage possible with today's storms as well. Looking ahead to Saturday, we have a weather alert day in place Saturday. We have a medium risk for flooding Saturday, a small risk for some damaging winds within some of those storms, but the bigger threat would be flash flooding. And I think we'll probably have a heat advisory again Saturday as well. This is a look at the flood threat for today. Most of us in this yellow shaded region, that's the medium risk, and pretty much most of us in it again tomorrow. So flash flooding is a concern for the next couple of days. This is a look at how much rain we could get. And while it doesn't look super impressive, half an inch to maybe 2 inches in spots, the ground is so saturated it just can't handle this. And so I do think we'll have some flash flooding today and again tomorrow, especially if it starts to rain in some of these really areas where they have really saturated grounds like Chatham County, very wet there over the last couple of weeks. Looking ahead for the weekend, heavy rain is possible on Saturday. We have a weather alert day. Dangerous heat, I think we'll probably have a heat advisory, 95 for the high. Sunday, we'll have some late day storms and a high temperature of 95. So unsettled for the weekend. Most of these will happen the second half of the day. We also have a heat advisory for today. The heat index perhaps up to 110. The highest heat index values would likely be in the Sandhills, maybe Clinton, Fayetteville getting up to 110 at times today. Already it's hot. 90 is the current heat index. It feels like 90 right now in Raleigh. It feels like 88 in Southern Pines. This is a look at the heat index map. So 110 perhaps in Fayetteville, 108 in Clinton, 108 in Goldsboro, 106 in and around the Triangle. So a couple of weather alert days for today and tomorrow, dangerous heat and storms. Storms still in the forecast on Sunday, and we keep those in the forecast through Tuesday.